Welcome to the correct Wonder Kid tier list. The reason why I say it's correct is because it's my video on my channel, so sorry if I hurt your feelings. Odds are you will only disagree with me if it's about a player from your football club. That's usually how it works. Either everyone agrees with you until it's a player that they like, and then apparently you're the worst person on earth. We've got a lot of players to talk about here, a lot of different categories. If you guys do enjoy, smash your like button. Also tell me down below in the comments how right or how wrong am I, and give me your potential Ballon d'Or top 5 in 5 years time. Let's go and do that. Let's also try and hit 1,500 likes. If you can hit that, then I will be very happy. And let's get stuck in. Wish me luck.
Search for a football news app. Well, I've got you sorted, lad. This video has been kindly sponsored by OneFootball, your local neighborhood football app. For all the latest transfer news or any news happening with your football club, this is the app for you on iOS or Android for absolutely free. The link is at the top of the description. Live score updates, live lineups, live league table, live everything just for you. It's nice and easy to read, and it's even got dark mode, which I know how much you like dark mode. If this tickles your fancy, then I'll leave a link at top of the description just for you. Let me know down below if you downloaded it.
Now this video can get very long very fast, because if I scroll down below, you can see there's a lot of players here. I'll be honest, some players here I don't even know that well. So if I do leave someone out, that's because I just don't really know much about them to really indicate my opinion. So again, if you disagree with me, then sorry. That's all I can really say with that. So I'm just going to pick out some players, let's get underway, and we'll see what things happen. So in terms of the rankings here, Ballon d'Or is, I think they will win a Ballon d'Or in their lifetime. In their prime years, I think they can win a Ballon d'Or, or if it's more for a defender or goalkeeper, I think they will be the best in the world in their position. Generational, that is like the top 5. So let's say like a Ballon d'Or nominee, someone like an Eden Hazard, for example, that is always in the category of one of the best players in the world, but is never really seen as the best player in the world. Elite is in the category of, I think that they will be a very good player in a Champions League title challenging or winning team. However, again, won't really be in the conversation of even being in the top 10 best players in the world. Just is a very good player. Decent is in the category of, I think they'll be a good player at a good level that will play decent football, but will never be seen to be playing for a, let's say, a top 6 kind of club. And then meh is just, I just don't think they're going to be really that in the future. And flop is, I don't know who I put in flop, but really a player that I just don't really rate much at all to be really at the top level in the next couple of years. So let's get stuck into this and let's just whack players around. So let me start off with a controversial one, and I think that Rashford is only in elite, and I don't think he'll ever be in a generational or Ballon d'Or tier. I don't know, man. I think from where I saw him in 2-3 years ago, I would expect him to really make some big progress to really become the main man at Manchester United, and for some reason it's just not working out the way that I expect him to be at right now. He doesn't seem to be really progressing that much as a footballer. He has his moments, he's a fantastic footballer. I just don't think he'll be seen as top 5, top 10 in the world. Frankie Deyoung, I think he's still in generational. I think in his position that he plays in, he's having a bit of a tough time right now at Barcelona, but to be fair, who wouldn't in that kind of situation? When the tide starts calming down, I think that we can really notice him be the man that we really expect him to be. He is the best of the young talents right now. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's in here. I think that he's just in decent, or could be potentially put in just meh, because honestly I think that the role that he plays at Everton helps him out a lot. The system that he plays in with a lot of balls being put into the box, that suits him a lot, and I don't know at many other clubs would he really be seen as in that kind of tier. Let's go to France. Let's go for Aouar. I think he's in elite. I think that he'll be a good player for a Champions League club. I just don't think he'll be really in that top echelon of best players in his position. Odegaard is in it, and Odegaard I think he's in meh. I don't think he's overall that good. He's at Arsenal right now, again, that desperately needs someone to like take them forward, and he's still not doing that. If he was going to be that guy, he would have been by now. Hakimi, I put him in generational. I think as a right back, he's pretty much like either him and then Trent is the best right backs in the world that will be in the next 5 years. These two are just a different level of what they bring to the pitch, and he's going to be at the top level for several years to come. I mean, he's already at PSG now, so I think he'll go further and end up at a Real Madrid. Next up I feel bad about, but I'm putting in Ousmane Dembele just because he's in the flop tier, because I think that he will be retired from football in the next year. I feel so bad for the kid because he's got talent. Obviously he's got talent, however his injury record, he's already got injured again and he's been gone for like 6 months. Look at his injury record. I think that he will be retiring from football in the next 12 months. There's no one in decent tier. Okay, in decent tier I'm putting in Hudson-Odoi. Okay, I'm putting in Odoi. I like him. I do like him a lot. What he's doing doing at Chelsea right now, I think that he should be given some more love. I think he will be a good player for the future. I just don't think he'll be that high level. Another player in the decent list, I'm putting in João Felix. I think that he's a good player. I just don't think he'll be, again, in the top tier. I don't know what. Also, in decent tier, I'm putting in Rafinha at Leeds. I think, again, he's a great player. Amazing flair. He's got too much. I can't even imagine having a player like that at Burnley, for example. He'd be a good player. But again, I think he'll be just a decent player for football clubs. Alphonso Davis, generational as left-backs go. I don't know who can really compete with him as a left-back. He's a massive part of a Bayern Munich team and he's like 21 or something. It's ridiculous. Let's just do Ballon d'Or here. Where's Mbappe? Mbappe, there you go. Mbappe, he's in. Easy. Haaland, where is he? Haaland's there. Easy. There's maybe one or two that I could put in there, but there's not many that I think will be a Ballon d'Or winner in the future. There's not many, but these two are definitely the obvious ones. Vinicius Jr., I will put in generational. He is literally becoming the main guy alongside Benzema at Real Madrid. You've got to be something special, haven't you? So I think Vinicius Jr., again, will be one of the main guys. Jaden Sanchez, I still think he'll be elite. I still think that he'll be performing well in 5 years' time. He's heading into a rough stage right now, but I still think there's a fantastic player within there. Rhys James, Chelsea, elite. I'll put Trent as generational and Wan-Bissaka are decent. That's just to get rid of the English right-back debate. Trent is better than Rhys James, in my opinion, as a young player. That's a debate that Trent is better attacking, and then Rhys James is better as both ways, and then Wan-Bissaka is a better defender. I disagree that Wan-Bissaka is a better defender. Honestly, he's had a few good games in a 1v1 situation, but really, in terms of crosses, he's poor. Rhys James is a fantastic player, and I think he could be in that generational tab, but from what I've seen, things with Liverpool from Trent at his young age, he hasn't been generational. And you know what? Do I think that he'll be the best player in like a team 11? Yes. Do I think he'll win the Ballon d'Or? No. Szoboszlai and the Hungarian lad that's now at Red Bull Leipzig, I think he'd be in the league. I think he's actually an unreal footballer. I've seen him play a good amount of times, and I actually think he's actually like surreal. And Ndombele at Spurs, I think he's indecent. I think he's got some great moments in him, but I don't know. I just always see something that's maybe holding him back. Gabriel Jesus, it's a weird one because I feel like if he was at any other team other than City, then he'll get more love. But because of how much he's heavily rotated, I just feel like it harms him. So I think he's an elite player. I think he's an unreal footballer. Donnarumma is just generational. It's as simple as that, really. Like, he just is. Mason Mount. Oh, God, this would be fun. Mason Mount. Do I think he'd be an elite footballer? Elite or decent? I think he's indecent. He could be elite. I don't know. He's had his moments, and I think as his moments, there's some quality in there. I just don't think he'll be like that kind of player for the future. Varela at Inter. I love Varela. I think he's generational. I love Varela. He's an absolutely beautiful player. Jamal Musiala, man. This kid, man. Honestly, like, if this kid was still English, because he could play for England, but he could now play for Germany. If he was English, there'd be so much more hype around him. But like, this kid is still like one of the main guys at Bayern Munich. It's disgustingly insane. The hype that Bellingham is getting is the same hype that Musiala would be getting if he was still playing for England. Bellingham, though, I still think he is also generational. I still think he's a fantastic footballer. Reguilon's in here. Reguilon, he's just going to be put in meh, isn't he? De Ligt, oh yeah, I've barely heard of De Ligt, like, at all. He has quietened down since his Ajax days. I think as centre-backs go, there's still not really many other young centre-backs that's really got the potential as him. There's not really many. So I guess he has to be in generational, because I just don't know who else could really be in that conversation. Oh God, there's a lot of players I think will be generational. There's actually a lot of people I think will be in that category. Christ. You know what, man? In Ballon d'Or, I rate this kid so much that I think he actually could win a Ballon d'Or one day. I'm putting in Phil Foden. I actually massively rate this kid. I massively rate him so much. When Pep Guardiola says that he's the most talented player he's ever worked with, I listen, okay? And I think that he is actually stupidly good. Mason Greenwood, I think he's generational because he's still so young and he's still so raw, and his finishing ability is absolutely dumb. I hope that he can learn some more things to his game that can really push him to that higher level, which I think he can because he's still so young right now. But at Bayer Leverkusen, I think he's actually really good. I put him in the elite. Ansu Fati, generational. At this stage, it's kind of obvious. Ansu Fati, generational. Camavinga, generational. Saka at Arsenal, I like him. I think he's an elite. I think he'd be an elite player. Pedri as well, Barcelona, generational. Chiesa as well, elite. Lautaro Martinez, elite. Joe Gomez at Liverpool, I think he's just an elite. I don't think he's generational. Ruben Dias, I think he has to be generational, as there's, again, not many options outside the back that you could really think of in that kind of category. Valverde, Real Madrid, elite. Gravenberch at Ajax, I think is indecent. Tonali at AC Milan, I think is indecent. So there you go, boys. That's how I see it. Tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.